Got a cough. Right as we were about to start. Can you imagine that? Boy, that sucks. Hold on a second. Hit it, baby. Welcome to the 505. I'm old and fat, but still alive. I voiced some games, I had some luck. But as a gamer, folks, I suck. That's why I'm inviting you to guide this aging boomer through. So bibbity-boo, and welcome to Uncle G's Tea House. It's a you and me house. Drinks are always free house. A to be or not to be house, or someone in a tree house. Captain Hook and Smee house. A Merry Melody house and episodes of Glee House. Who writes this shit? Uncle G's Tea House. I got a frog in my throat this evening, ladies and gentlemen. All right, to it. Good evening, my nieces and nephews. Tonight we begin with a date and a cough. April 14th, a date that history circles in red ink, and then it writes, seriously, in the margins? Now, on that night, in 2 different years, the world was reminded of something that we are remarkably good at forgetting. In 1912, an unsinkable ship races across an icy ocean. Earlier, in 1865, a weary president settles into his theater seat, hoping for a moment of relaxation. History's response: let's not get carried away. We think of Lincoln's box at Ford's Theater as this sort of national shrine, but I wonder, what if it was just a really good seat, you know? I can almost hear the pitch right now. Hey, baby, you have got to get the box seat at Ford's. A private, elevated, fantastic sidelines. And Lincoln's Yelp review, 5 stars, would absolutely return. One tiny note. 47 years later, Titanic is touted as the safest ship ever designed. Trust us, bro. Well, here is wisdom, my nieces and nephews. When something is presented to you as perfection, run for the exits. So, Titanic sinks, Lincoln is shot. 2 very different stories tied together by something deeply human. Hubris. That sly, still voice that tells us, the rules no longer matter, and we have mastered the chaos. History, with impeccable timing, steps in and says, hold my year. Hold my year. The joke, see what I did there? What matters, though, is what happens next. In the cold and the chaos before Titanic slipped beneath the waves, people reached out for each other. Even millionaire Ben Guggenheim, he turns to his companion and he says, we are dressed in our best and are prepared to go down like gentlemen. But we would like a brandy. I think Ben and I would have gotten along just fine. The world did pay attention to all of this, and out of this tragedy came reform written into law. Out of hubris came humility, also more lifeboats. And as for Mr. Lincoln, well, the dream that he carried, this messy promise of something better, did not die with him. No, it stayed. It argued. It still argues. Holy Christ, does it argue? But it's still here. It stayed. Not perfectly, not easily, but persistently. And maybe tonight isn't really about hubris. Maybe tonight is about what survives hubris. If history teaches us anything at all, it is this, my nieces and my nephews. We are not unsinkable. Thank God. If we were, we'd never learn a fucking thing. And learning, that is sort of the whole point. Now, before we go any further tonight, we need to address the elephant in the room, or at least the iceberg in the North Atlantic. If April 14th teaches us anything, it's that we humans have this extraordinary talent for looking at danger, giving it a name, and then deciding, that doesn't really apply to us, right? Unsinkable. Such a confident word, right? It rolls right off the tongue. We love the idea that we figured this shit out and we built something so perfect, so advanced that nothing can touch it, which is usually the exact moment when history reaches in and touches it. I mean, Titanic had everything, man. Luxury, elegance, haute cuisine, a string quartet, probably some dude mansplaining cryptocurrency to Molly Brown. It was the best of the best. I mean, what could possibly go wrong? Spoiler alert, everything. But here's what fascinates me. We know how the story ends, but we're still drawn to the beauty of it. James Cameron made a little movie about it. You might have seen it. He wrote it, he produced it, he directed it. To quote my dear son-in-law, Pat, that's a lot of work. He once posted this years ago. We continually kid him about it. So wherever you are, Pat, love you. Back to it. At the center of Titanic, we find this brilliant blue diamond in the film Titanic. I don't think in the real Titanic. I have no idea. Anyway, it's called the Heart of the Ocean. Now, this thing is so stunning and it's so captivating that it almost distracts you from the fact that everything around it is about to go to shit. When you think about it, that's a perfect metaphor for, adult beverages. Tonight, in honor of beauty, illusion, and historically questionable decision-making, we are going to make our very own Heart of the Ocean cocktail. I promise you, my nieces and nephews, this version is far less likely to wind up at the bottom of the Atlantic, although after 2 of them, no guarantees. Take us to sea, Mr. Murdoch. So here we go. We will begin, of course. You will need cocktail pitcher. And this is sort of interesting. I haven't tried this, but I haven't tried the drink, so this is kind of interesting. This requires some egg white. So I have some egg white, about a tablespoon of egg white. I'm going to pour that into the cocktail shaker. And before we put any of the alcohol or mixers into it, we want to give that a really good shake, right? Give that a good shake because what we want it to do is sort of emulsify a little bit before we add the other ingredients. So there we go. Our egg have you been emulsified? I guess, I can't tell. Now, my favorite ingredient, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we'll be adding 2 ounces of delicious, fine old Kentucky bourbon. Oh, we've got one here. There goes 1 ounce. Now we're gonna pour in another ounce. I don't know why I'm suddenly a foghorn leghorn, but I'll say, there you go. Right, there's a two, and and one to grow on. Yeah, baby, coming back to life. All right, we are also gonna add half a jigger. This is creme de violette. Not sure what it is. Cream of violet, I have no idea. But we are going to add a half a jigger of creme de violette. Violet, I don't know. Not like that, about a half jigger. In you go, me fine boyo. Now, of course, our good friend blue curacao. This is gonna definitely give it that blue look to it. And if you love blue Hawaiians, and I do, we'll probably do some when it gets to be the summer. Oh, that's a little too much, so. Yeah, that's half a jigger. It's very sweet on its own. Okay, we got that in there. We're going to add a quarter of a jigger of lemon juice. It's a complicated drink, more complicated than the ones I usually make. Melissa and I do. We have many friends who are that at some point. We might have some actual bartenders come in here as guests and sort of, show me around a little bit. Now, a little bit of bitters. We're going to add some bitters to this, right? Maybe 2-3 drops, something like that. Boom, 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 like that. And because this is the heart of the ocean, I got a little sea salt right here. I'm going to sprinkle a little there in that. Beautiful. Now, we're going to add some ice. We're going to mix this shit up. Here we go. I'm particularly foul-mouthed tonight. I don't know why that fucking is. You know, some days you just wake up and it's just fuck, fuck, fuck. This has been one of those days. I'm just, I'm a foul-mouthed motherfucker. If you're just tuning in and you're expecting kind old Uncle Iro, tonight you got Aku! These days we're all Aku. All right, so we got our ice, we got this. We're gonna give it a shake it, give it a good shake. Good shake, good action. Bada bing, bada boom, really. You want it to come out good, right? Bada bing, bada boom. This is from last week's show. All right, I think that should be well. Now I had forethought. I have a coupe glass chilling here, so this is going to be nice and cold. See how it turns out. I like the color of it, I'll have to taste it and see. As I said, I am not a bartender. Usually the drinks that I make here are not drinks that I myself drink. They're just drinks that I think might fit the theme of the show. So it's fun for me to try them. And if you want to try them at home, try them too. I'll let you know if it sucks a lot. But there you have it. Our very own Heart of the Ocean. Certainly elegant, right? Positively glows in a way that suggests either refined taste or a very poor series of life choices. Time will tell. Now, I don't know why we tend to romanticize disasters after the fact, but we usually do. We polish them up and we score them with dramatic music. We give them symbols, like a blue diamond. And suddenly the whole thing feels like a love story instead of a cautionary tale. Titanic becomes less about hubris and more about never letting Jack go. By the way, Rose, absolutely let Jack go, but I digress. We like to soften the edges. We like to turn sharp lessons into beautiful stories because it's so much easier to sip something pretty rather than stare directly at the iceberg right ahead, right? Every now and then, though, a story refuses to stay polished. Every now and then it cracks a little bit and it lets the water in. And that's where we're headed tonight, friends. If Titanic is a dream of perfection, rapture is what happens when that dream steps over the line. So we've mixed our drink. We've told ourselves that everything is absolutely under control. So let's go someplace that categorically proves everything is not under control. Are you ready to go back to rapture? Salud! Honestly, guys, this is actually pretty good. I usually, in my taste towards drinks, I prefer, literally just straight up bourbons, neat. Sometimes, a bourbon on the rocks, but generally I'll taste that with a beer, and that's what I like to drink. This is very complicated, and it's actually pretty good. It's pretty good. I won't be mixing up another one. I'll just have my friend Matt here just keep the whiskey flowing. Keep the whiskey flowing, buddy. Keep the whiskey flowing. So how is everybody today? Hello, Timeless Conundrum, Emerald Dragon Inn, Shade Meadows, Quispy Crusader, the Tubamast, literally Mr. Sex, and 3 tries. All right, hello, everyone. I lift my glass to you on this wonderful Tuesday evening. It's always good to, to come here and to do this. I think we've been doing this now for a little bit over a month, and every time we do it, it gets a little easier with sort of figuring it out. Anytime you do a live show, things can go wrong, but that's sort of the fun of it. It's like live theater. So, what shall we chat about tonight? Other than Titanic and Lincoln getting shot, which are both kind of downers. For that matter, though, yeah, Bioshock is sort of a downer as well. So, what are you going to do? I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to have another drink. This is not bad. All right, I have hello Dizian 500 making pizza tonight for dinner. Oh, hello, is that is Skexon? I do love a good. Does anybody not love pizza? All right, here is a question for the chat. This is probably a rather controversial thing to say. I kind of like pineapple on pizza. Does that make me a terrible human being? I think. You don't think so? I like pineapple on pizza. Pineapple and bacon is a pretty good combo. You got that umami thing. You got the sweet with the salty. I actually really enjoy it. Now, we do make a pizza here in Albuquerque, here in New Mexico. If you've ever been to New Mexico, which come back. And if you've never been to New Mexico, you should visit because it is called the land of enchantment for a reason. But first thought gone out of my head tonight. First one to go. I start watching this and I forget about. Oh, now I know. Dion's 505 pizza. Basically a pepperoni pizza, but it comes with a lot of green chili on top of it. And green chili here in New Mexico, we put green chili in our breakfast cereal. Frankly. It's delicious. I'm sorry. I know it's blasphemy. A lot of people have a real problem with it. And all right, let's kick things off with something a little bit controversial as I'm playing. And I think it's just something even actually more controversial than pineapple on pizza and considerably more topical. I don't know if you guys have been watching the news this week, but Avatar: The Last Airbender has sort of been in the news this weekend. I don't know if you guys have noticed. Apparently, and this still blows my mind, the entire film, the Avatar animated film that was supposed to come out, I think they were releasing, they were supposed to release it theatrically, and then they changed it and to simply for streaming. But it was literally leaked. The film Avatar, the adult gang was literally leaked. And I don't know how, having spent time in my day job in many years, I worked, probably working in the legal department with Marvel Films. So I am somewhat aware of the sort of security protocols that some of these studios just go to massive efforts to ensure this sort of thing doesn't happen. I don't understand how it happened. I think it is in law, and I think so. In October, I seen some. You can't escape it on the internet. I haven't clicked on the link, but it blows my mind. And honestly, I think again, I'm not Nickelodeon. I haven't worked for Nickelodeon in 10 years. I think at this point, I sort of, people are already streaming it by the millions. Just release it theatrically and let us see the film the way that we would like to see it on a big screen. It just blows my mind. I don't know how it happened. I can tell you this, though. Someone's going to get sued over it, and some executives are probably going to get fired over it. I think that much we can probably assume is going to happen. But it absolutely blows my mind. I do not know how you would email. Maybe a scene, but an entire film, that takes up a lot of storage, That's something that's going to take a long time. I mean, what is this guy doing? Oh, someone's downloading the new Avatar movie. I better wait while it downloads. I mean, I think probably my reaction would be, oh, shit, this isn't right. I need to let Nickelodeon know somebody fucked up. Yeah, you know what? I think you're right. It seemed to me they would make more money on a theater release. You would think, but a lot of things, especially with the giant media companies and the things that are happening these days. And I have to, probably it's best if I choose my words very carefully. I wouldn't, I don't get a lot of work anymore, and that's fine, fine with me. I like it. I like doing this, and I like going to fan conventions, but, you never know. I don't want to piss anybody off too much, but I just don't know how such a thing could happen. I know I'm reading the voice cast is getting I think kudos that because I do read about it, people's reaction. I am not. I mean, I will see it when I'm supposed to see it. I absolutely would not click on the link and watch it. I certainly my curiosity gets the best of me because I would love to see what happens to these characters. I have because I follow the internet a lot. Now, one thing that does surprise me is people are very amazed. I'd love to ask Michaela about this. People are very amazed that Toph is straight. And I mean, Toph had a crush. I mean, Toph, she has two kids, I think, from different baby daddies. So that's, this surprises everybody. I thought, anyway, that would be something I would love to talk to Michaela about. I am very excited. This July, we have a show here in Albuquerque. And I know my nephew Dante will be here. So hopefully we can talk to him. And my good friend, Marty Grabstein, the voice of Courage the Cowardly Dog. We have been known to sing a little tune together now and again. And they are going to be here with us. I hope. I haven't asked them. Marty, Dante, if you're watching the show, hey, you're invited, right? Yeah, I know, right? People were shocked. I mean, it had already been made very clear in both Korra, certainly in Korra, and hinted at in Avatar. I don't know. No, what's weird to me is that Toph becomes a police woman, the head of police. That is weird to me because she's such a rule breaker. But I think Michaela too has addressed that. I think in fan conventions before. Well, I'm glad that you met Dante and I, Amanda Lee, 1993, in Vegas. Oh, that's when I almost got thrown out of Caesar's Palace in Vegas that time. That's a story for another time. All right, shall we? I mean, literally, I could talk about Courage. Here's the thing. I could talk about Courage the Cowardly Dog. I'm looking at the chat. I don't know. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you for reminding me of that, Lauren. Lauren and I will be in Frisco, Texas. I leave on Thursday. I have had a lovely 8 weeks off from the road, and we're going back in on Thursday. So I'm kind of looking forward to going to another con. And one of my favorite things in the world is sitting at my table and meeting you guys. It is. It's harder than you think. People think, "Oh, wow, it must be great to sit at a table all day and just, sign things." I always liken it to when I'm sitting at my table because I value you guys, and I'm still so amazed that anybody would stand in line at all to see me, let alone for hours. So I'm always so much in awe of the whole thing that you guys do it at all. And I try to give everybody time. My approach to fan conventions has always been it's not really about the merch or the autograph, but it's about the experience. It is about the experience. And the thing about the experience, it's not just your experience meeting me, it's all my experience meeting you. And that is truly, I think, my favorite thing about the gig is I get to travel all over. I've traveled all over North America at this point, and I have met hundreds, probably thousands of you at this point. And it has, people will come up to me very often and they'll say, Greg, Mr. Baldwin, you made our childhood. And I always say this because it is absolutely true. You guys are making my old age. You're making my twilight years. Why, a tattoo. I signed your avatar tattoo. All right, all right. One of them. There aren't many people. I think there's about 3 people in the world going around with my signature on their arms as part of the tattoo. And one of them, this is a funny story. See, here's what happens. We go down this slippery slope. I have a drink. I intend to play the game. I start looking at the chat. Suddenly, I'm drinking. But it's also kind of fun. I kind of like this sort of way of doing this, of sort of watching it and then sort of chiming in. My only thing I do wrong is sometimes I'm like, ooh, squirrel. I'm talking about one thing. So please, in the chat, if I ever don't complete a story because squirrel, hey, tell me. Say, hey, Greg, hey, what about that thing you were talking about? And then you stopped.
I think you're doing pretty good so far.
I'm doing pretty good so far. Now, next week, Well, next week is the
Anything could
yeah. Next week is the 420 show, folks. So that's going to be a very different show. I will finally. I will put to the test. How much cannabis does it take before I have trouble reading the teleprompter? It'll be sort of interesting to see. That I'll probably be like, hey man, what's this thing with words in front? What's up with that? Do I really need it? I don't know, man. Anyway, all right, what the heck? Since we're talking about it, and because I am one cool old fucker. All right, we'll see how that hits me. Oh, Crackamoon, you have a colonoscopy next Tuesday? Or you get to do your first colonoscopy? Are you a surgeon? Or are you under the knife? That's. I always kind of feel bad about the guys in the Melissa said, "Would you stop talking about the colonoscopy?" You're right. I'm sorry, Melissa. I know you're watching. I am not mentioning another word about the colonoscopy. Matt, if I talk about the colonoscopy, you were to tell me to shut up immediately. Just don't talk about the colonoscopies anymore, in polite society. All right. Can you do, no, can I do smoke rings? Well, I used to. Let's see. You will come to a better place. Yeah, probably not. I'm under the I'm under a fan. But I could have. That was a good one, though. Celebrating 420 a little early. All right, you know what? Let's play this damn video game, huh? We're already, 15 minutes in, and I have not even. Oh, I don't want to see. All right, here we go. We're going back to Rapture, ladies and gentlemen. I've got this. Where am I?
So at the end of the last week's episode, you finally got the third spider splicer picture. So now all you need to do is follow the arrow.
Follow the arrow. Following the arrow, baby. I'm going this way. And female splicer. Oh. Anybody here? Anybody coming for me? Yeah.
Oh no, go back. Sorry.
This here?
Just around this corner to your left. Like behind this wall.
Behind this wall?
Yeah.
Oh, what is that thing? It's like a teddy bear?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck! Damn it!
Anyway.
Damn it!
That teddy bear is looking for saving all the little sisters.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, and I don't think I have any. Do I have any ammo? I don't think so. Ladies and gentlemen, howdy, opulent dog, howdy. I do need some help. Thank you for that. I'll do that. I'm going to open the door. I think I'm out of.
You are out of shotgun ammo.
I think I'm going to go back to my favorite, baby. You can't beat a trusty wrench. Did I get that gift? I don't think I did. Did I?
You didn't. But it's okay. I mean, you can go back.
Sure, why not? Let's go get it.
All right.
Hello.
We'll have to deal with the dreaded wooden pole. Yes.
You know what? Honestly, I wish every morning when I wake up and I open my phone and I start to doom scroll. Man, I wish I could just do this. When you wake up in the morning, okay, I feel better now. There you go. How you like that? Yep, he's dead. He's good and dead. A funny line from Romero's Night of the Living Dead, which is a film that still freaks me the fuck out.
So go back.
This way?
That way. You do have to walk up that wooden pole again.
No, I hate the wooden pole.
Yeah.
See, this is where we end up. This is okay. I can do it. You can do it. You have the cool, clear eyes of a seeker of wisdom and truth. Yet there's that upturned chin and the grin of impetuous youth. I believe in you. I believe. Ah! By the way, if anybody knows what that musical is from, let me know in the chat. I would be very interested if anyone knew what I was just singing from. Give you a hint. It's a Frank Lesser musical. Any theater kids out there, you got a leg up. But then again, that's an old school musical, man. There were musicals before Lin-Manuel. There were musicals before Lin-Manuel, you kids.
Right.
I made it.
Now, behind you again.
Yeah, this is where I kind of go.
To your left, up those stairs.
Boom.
Yep. Right.
Look how much better I'm moving around, though, you know?
That pink thing to your right.
There it is. Uh-oh. I've also learned this. Sometimes it's good to hide. You know what? How about you want a piece of me? All right, I've had enough of you, buddy. Come on, you coward, motherfucker. How do you like that? Come on. How you like that? You still running? What a prick! I told you I'm feeling salty tonight, guys. Let's get some health. Uh-oh. Where am I? Where did I go? Oh!
Looking up right now.
That's where... Oh, no. Oh, that's not good. That is absolutely not good. We'll try this. You know what? Am I dead? Oh... Well, okay, I'm out of ammunition. My luck tonight in this game is sinking faster than the Titanic. See how I worked all that in tonight, you know? Yes, salty like exactly, salty like the sea. And this drink, and you know what? I was a little skeptical because I thought, ooh, sea salt in a drink, a sweet drink. But actually, it's pretty good, you know? Ooh. Plus, ooh, that weed's starting to hit me too. So, it could be an interesting game tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, go down the stairs.
The ones I just came up?
Yeah.
And these, right?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
You don't have to fight that guy. He's chilling.
Oh, he's just chilling? Okay, good. That's good to know, because I would not have known that. However, someone seems to be fucking with me. Or maybe not. No, I see. No, is that guy that was just kind of...
Yeah.
But he's not going to hurt me.
No. If he's green, he's not going to hurt.
Should I go in here?
Yeah.
If I've been here... We probably have been here before multiple times.
You have. Just keep going forward.
It looks familiar to me.
Keep going forward. Keep following the arrow.
Should I search anything?
You can. It gave you a first aid kit.
I could probably use that. Indeed, I could. This is a great game. I'm surprised you can't get the rope. You know, you would think that you would be able to buy, to use the rope for something.
All right, just keep following the arrow.
This game does still, for a game that's literally 20 years old, it looks remarkably good. Don't wanna. Oh, I actually went to the right place, didn't I?
This is like a little secret area. Could go down here.
Can I stand up now?
No, you're crawling through a vent.
See, I knew how to do that, guys. Right? The old man knows what he's doing. Lobster flavored ice cream, huh? No, I don't think so. Fish and ice cream is not working. There's some things that actually green chili ice cream I've had. Green chili ice cream is good, delicious. What have we here? Fontaine must go. But I am possibly Fontaine. We're not sure. We'll find out. We'll solve that riddle once we get to Fontaine, if we ever get to Fontaine. We'll be here. I'll be 87 years old, and we'll finally get to Fontaine.
Behind you, real quick. Some items on the floor there.
Oh. Oh, thank you. Pick that up.
I think that's also ammo for blowing there.
See this thing here?
Yeah.
Ah. Yes, I will take that. I would definitely I will take that. I don't have another drink of this. Which is continually amazing me tonight. That's actually some of the drinks I've had here, guys. I've honestly, after I'm over on Temple List, oh my God, that was terrible. Maple, you mentioned maple syrup, Skexon. Maple syrup is actually a really good sweetener for drinks sometimes, if you're, for example, you enjoy an old fashioned or a Manhattan or something very whiskey centric like that, maple gives it this sort of, just a touch. I don't know. I am not a bartender. I am not a professional mixologist, but I enjoy mixing drinks and I enjoy drinking drinks. Okay, so right, it's telling me to do, how do I, I'm following the arrow.
So this area that you're in right now is a
Yeah.
dead end. It's just, it was just there so you could pick up those items.
Oh, so I just have to figure out how I got in and then
Exactly.
go back out that way. What's that?
You've hyped them?
Thank you. Why, thank you. I appreciate it. Oh, I think this is how, right? Maybe?
Yes, it is.
There we go. All right. Okay. Well, that was kind of a fun little detour, right? I think about a year ago. Trying to think, we were so busy last year. I think it's been about a year since. I think someone had mentioned the North Country. It's made me think of Canada. I don't know why maple syrup would make me think of Canada, but I have to tell you, it wasn't at Calgary, it was at Edmonton. I have to tell you guys the story sometime of how I was almost literally thrown out of Canada. Are these guys no good? Oh, yeah. Oh, there we go. Ah. Ooh, yeah, but here you go. Boom, boom, boom. I think I killed him. Take the Eve hypo. Thank you. Search. Got some stuff. There was another dead one here, too. That's right over there. There's something, I feel a little bad because, I think someone, I was looking at, online at some point, I forget which Insta, Twitter, I forget which one. And the clips were of me wielding my wrench and enjoying it very much. And somebody had said, Uncle Iroh would never be violent. Well, here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, nieces and nephews. I am Greg Baldwin. I am not Uncle Iroh. If I was, I'd be a much better person. As I have said, if I might suddenly go from being snarky to waxing philosophic.
Yeah, wait, you were almost kicked out of Canada?
Yeah, I was almost kicked out of Canada.
You want to tell that story?
Should I tell this to you? All right, guys, you want to hear the story about me? All right, I'll tell
I'm
you.
asking about it in the chat.
All right, I'll tell you about when I was almost kicked out of Canada. All right. And, new subs. Thank you, Rebel. Rebel? Well, Rebel gets a rebel yell because I'm from Texas. Yeehaw! You know what? You can take the boy out of Texas, y'all, but you can't take the Texas out of the boy. It's still there. So, all right. In order to truly tell the story of how I was almost first pause it so I don't get killed. When I was almost thrown out of Edmonton, Canada. And if you have followed me on Twitter, my political convictions, I am not terribly shy, especially on Twitter, of sharing. So, if there's an element of this story, anyway, I'll just tell you the story. We were literally landing in Canada. This could probably get me, honestly, they might never let me into Canada again if I tell this story, now that I'm thinking about it. How shall I? You know what? This was like about 9 months ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Let me just say that when it's a very legal, muddy waters when voice actors such as myself and celebrities go to Canada or any other nation, because of course there are laws about working in other people's country, and what you're allowed to bring in and what you're allowed to make, and we are taxed. We are taxed under Canadian law, but the problem is the photographs, allegedly. Thank you. I say allegedly, allegedly. So it's sort of a gray area, and I have always been told that if you are pulled into secondary screening for any reason at all, you don't, for example, we don't take Funko Pops with us to Canada, for example. We don't take solid merch with us to Canada. But I had always worried about this because they said, oh, this is sort of this gray area. It's not illegal, but this is how you should deal with it. And my problem was this was the day I think that Jimmy Kimmel had been canceled. And I had just opened my phone coming off the plane, and saw this. And I was furious, absolutely furious. And I get through most of the checks. It's the last check where they've already given you things. And I am with, I think, was I with Lauren? No, you, because I called you and I said, oh my God, you're not going to believe what happened. It's the last spot, and I'm clear, but I'm with someone else, I think, from our management company, Celebworks, and I am bitching about this Jimmy Kimmel situation. And what no one told me is that Alberta is, although I love Alberta, but it's widely called the Texas of Canada. And being from Texas myself, I can say it. Texas, I know. And I think perhaps that some of my comments didn't sit well with this Canadian customs officer. And so sure enough, he said, go over there. And I start freaking out. Yes, you were in the air getting frantic tests because it's like, I don't know. What am I supposed to do? And also, something else you guys have got to understand about me, and I would probably be a much better actor if this were not so, but I am a terrible liar. Melissa can attest to this. Anyone that's around me, my tells, man, I can't lie for shit. I cannot do it. I'm a terrible liar. And so literally, okay, and I've always been told, I said, okay, if you get pulled in a secondary, you're just going to say, well, what are you doing here, Mr. Baldwin? I said, oh, well, I'm here for the fan convention. That's very nebulous. I am here for the fan convention. And so this guy, Canadians are the friendliest people on earth, except for this one guy. I get the one guy. He is looking at me he pulls up the guest list of the convention and says, well, that's interesting, Mr. Baldwin, because it says here you're a guest at this fan convention. So I've been literally caught in a lie at this point. And let's just say, I think in some ways, because at the end of the whole situation, and I was sweating, man. I was sweating. And I thought, well, what's the worst thing that can happen? They're going to kick me out of Canada. I can't come back to Canada, which would be sad because I love Canada. It's a beautiful country. And the people live up to their reputation as being literally the friendliest people on earth. So I said, that's the worst that happens. I get on a plane, I go home, I get a weekend of R&R that I wasn't expecting. I think maybe because they did know the show, they did know Uncle Iroh, and at the end of the day, I think they were just kind of fucking with me a little bit because they could. But I got to tell you, man, being pulled into secondary, it was a very, very, very frightening moment. Airports in general, yes, you're right. Airports are rather chaotic. I haven't traveled extensively out of the United States. I am horrified to say and ashamed to say that I've been to be at this age, and I've only been to Canada and Mexico. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, we do have a special guest. Please say hello to our good friend Molly. Come on up here, Molly. Here's Molly. Molly, this is Molly. She's our girl. If you haven't met Molly, this is the unsinkable Molly Magoo Brown. We got her with the shelter. They had named her Shania Twain, which we thought was funny. And that's what, but, Molly, you were definitely not Shania Twain. You want to come up here? Good. Ah, there she goes. There's my girl. Yeah, there she is. There's our girl. Who does, Kenny? Look at this face. Who doesn't love it? All right, I got distracted, but who doesn't love dogs, right? All right, I'm back at my spot. Also gives you a pretty good idea of how this actual bar, karaoke, bar actually works. So thank you, Molly. So I was able, that's basically the gist of my Canadian story. It was very scary. I'm a terrible liar. I'm the worst person to ever possibly be pulled into a secondary screening. It'll never happen again because I'm gonna keep my mouth shut when going through customs in other lands, even lands as friendly as our good neighbors to the north. Oh, Canada, Molly, 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 the unsinkable Molly Magoo Brown. She's a good girl. All right, so that is I've told you the story. I probably now will be not allowed back in Canada. I hope so. No, and I was going to say yes. I might be in Canada, I might not. Who knows? Yeah, who knows how this goes? I might not. It's a beautiful country. I'd love to go up there. What I would love to do is, honestly, I will say this: last year. We were in Vancouver, and we were in Calgary, Edmonton, and Toronto. I would love to take Melissa with me and just do a trip. What would be cool is to do a train trip of those particular cities. You know, Vancouver, Edmonton, Calgary, and Toronto. I would love to do that sometime. Of course, time gets in the way, and my time now that the convention circuit is heating up again. So, but you know what? At some point, I'm going to do it. I would love to visit Canada. And not just go there for work, although I wasn't there for work, to be very clear. All right, anyway, let's go back to Rapture and see if I can actually do something that's helpful. All right, I should go this way, looks like, right? Yeah.
Right now the arrow is pointing to your right. There. Right now you're looking at a wall, and on the other side of that wall is the gift.
Oh, and that's what I want to get the gift because. Oh, there's that guy. Oh, I got some good stuff. All right, thank you. All right. Oh, more. Oh, I need some shotgun shells.
Also, just turn your camera a little bit to the right. Yeah, purchase gene upgrades, because now you have a lot.
Oh, so there's other things I could do.
Yeah, right now you have 460 atoms, so you could, purchase.
Oh, I could get a lot of stuff. Yeah. All right, my good friends, nieces and nephews in the chat, what should I get?
I would say that top one is very important, because that lets you have another plasmid.
Oh, okay, I'll take that one.
Yeah.
And I still have a lot of, now what does this mean? Empty slot, just.
So
hit X.
You choose whichever plasmid that you have unlocked that you want to have. So you just chose telekinesis.
Oh, yeah. So, and I wanted it to be this one.
Yeah, you could keep doing it, but should look at the other ones as well.
Sonic Boom, I like the sound of that. Eve upgrade. X Hacker's Delight, that could come in handy. Speedy Hacker. Wrench Jockey. Come on,
perfect for you.
Wrench Jockey. Yeah, Wrench Jockey, of course. Wrench Jockey, right here. Boom. Well, thank you, miscalculation. You know what? I think at the end of the day they were just messing with me because we all partied very happily and smiling. But man, there was a moment. And man, I've never had anything but speeding tickets. And I was like, literally. I can see why, even if you're not doing anything wrong, and I wasn't doing anything wrong, but it feels like you are, right? Because this authority figure. All right, so put that there. Do I have room for one more? Room for one more.
I would recommend
health upgrade.
If you go down to the bottom, Speedy Hacker.
Speedy Hacker. Put that there. And now I'm good. I have all this new stuff, right?
I think you can do one more. What's Security Expert? That's the one I thought. Yeah.
Reduces difficulty when hacking turrets.
That would also be good.
That would be healthy, happy, lucky.
There you go.
All right, the slot is empty. Okay, we are ready to go, man. I am loaded.
All right. You do have 200 atoms, so you could purchase some other stuff, but it's fine for now.
So I have so much Atom, it's probably a good idea for me to use my my powers, right?
Adam is just the currency to buy new.
Oh, I see. All right.
All right, now you can just follow the arrow. But like, there's that blue thing in the center of your screen.
Yeah.
You can pick that up. That's another power.
Oh,
Yeah. Wrench Lurker.
Wrench Lurker. I don't know what that is, but I like the sound of it,
Quiets
baby.
your footsteps and increases damage from melee attacks on unaware opponents.
All right, I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take it. All right, I'm gonna go
So now you just
down these
follow the
stairs.
arrow.
Follow the arrow until I get someplace I'm supposed to go. Do I have to go up that log again?
No.
I don't like that log. Oh, well, you.
Must be you in the city.
Where'd you go, buddy?
I'm a-
Why have you forsaken me?
Ha ha ha! Will you die? Why won't you? As Aku said, why won't you just die?
We're gonna do that.
Well, thank you very much. I'll take that. And fuck you very much. Bye.
All right, back up the stairs.
I got all excited with, with the corpse.
I get that. And over that group of boxes. Good luck.
Ooh, I'm up here.
So little ones too.
That's kind of cool. What's over here? What's that? Oh, it wants me to go here.
Yep.
All right, all right, all right. Now we're cooking. Knock, knock, knock.
You got some
Get himself in.
or are you just looking to get
All
criticized?
right, you sit here, spell needs to set on some coffee, maybe puts on silverware and the like. Okay. Well, while I'm waiting, that's what's going on in the chat, my friends. I'm afraid there were no other countries that I was almost thrown out of, so I have no other cool stories about that, I'm afraid. But there's always tomorrow. Who knows? Anywho. All right, are you going to let me in? You did let me in. Oh.
There's that yellow thing in snow. If you attack right now, if you burn the snow,
That's always fun.
I think you have to attack the snow itself. Okay.
Oh, there it goes. Oh, so I can power up. Powering up. Thank you. Description. What's description? Reduces difficulty when hacking. All right, well, that's good. That's good, good, good. All right. Oh, and I'll take that too. Can always have a hypo. Something over here. Send. Oh, I have to send my weapons, don't I? Oh, that's going to be. So I only have my wrench.
Also, this is actually a good place to stop because look at the clock.
Oh, 45. We'll do it 45. Yeah, we'll go to 45. I got to finish this delightful cocktail. It's very delicious.
Totally fair.
All right, whose birthday? Happy birthday, Mrs. Calculation.
I think it's her mom's birthday.
Oh, Mrs. Calculation. Well, happy birthday, Mrs. Calculation. Trying to think of something that'll rhyme with calculation.
Salutation.
We're giving you birthday salutations. Happy birthday, Miscalculation. All right. Yeah,
Kind of works. Yeah.
I got it, baby. I still got it. I did enjoy the.
Parody lyrics.
Well, that's the thing. Nope, we had parody lyrics last week. Next week is 420 show. We will definitely have parody lyrics next week. Tonight we're not going to have parody lyrics, but there is a surprise. There is a surprise in tonight's show that you are not expecting, and I hope you enjoy it.
Oh, that would work too. Have a lovely celebration.
Have a lovely celebration. It's all right. I like it. I like it. I will be. Oh my gosh. I'm about halfway around my birthday's in September, so I'm probably about 6 months out from being 66 years old. Oh man, are these shells or anything?
I think those are just environmental.
Really?
Yeah, they are shells.
It is weird being 66 because I don't feel 66. That's the secret, my friends. In my head, I'm still probably about 25. You know, I think you sort of stop at around 25, 30, and that's just who you are. My body sometimes says, "No, dude, you're not 25," but.
Hey, no talking about the colonoscopy.
Thank you very much. We were. Sorry, Melissa. We were veering dangerously close to colonoscopy talk. We're not gonna. We won't be doing that.
And did you just say you're doing a birthday stream?
A birthday stream? No, I'm not. Doing a birthday stream. No, not tonight. We're doing a. This is the Titanic / Lincoln assassination stream.
He means on your birthday.
On my birthday, if my birthday's on a Tuesday, which it might be, or yeah, you know what? I probably will. You know what? You know what I'm going to do? I already figured it out. I had a flash. For whatever my birthday stream, the closest one to September 13th, I am going to count off 66, because I'll be 66, cool things about being alive. I just had that idea. I actually think that's a pretty good idea. I think, 66 reasons for living. There's a wonderful line from Pippin the Musical, a wonderful Stephen Schwartz. If you guys love Wicked and you're not aware of some of his other work, I was fortunate enough to have done one of his shows, one of his lesser-known musicals called The Baker's Wife, but he's also known for Pippin. And there was this wonderful song called Just No Time at All, I think. It was originally sung by Irene Ryan, who you might know if you are, and again, I'm dealing with I'm not my demographic. Maybe some of you have heard of the show called The Beverly Hillbillies, an old 60s show. Irene Ryan played Granny Clampett, and she actually sang this song. And the lyrics are, now I've been in fear for 66 years. I've had trouble and tears by the score. But the only thing I trade 'em for is 67 more. And Irene Ryan Pippin. You'll learn all kinds of things when you come on. And we will not be doing the show on Cinco de Mayo, I'm sad to say, just letting you guys know. We're going to be going to New York. My son lives in Brooklyn. And there's so much to love about New York. But you know what's really cool about New York? The bar till 4 a.m. So here's to New York City, and I think it is now time we will pause for our musical interlude.
Real quick, before we do that, a lot of people have joined since the start.
Yeah?
Can you just say what you were drinking tonight?
Oh, what was I drinking? This is the colonoscopy. No, it's a drink. No, it's not. I'm sorry. This was called a Heart of the Ocean cocktail. And it was made, I'll tell you guys again, because remember, you make it with 2 ounces of bourbon, a half an ounce of creme de violette, half an ounce of blue curacao, 1/4 ounce of lemon juice, a couple dashes of bitter. You want to do about a tablespoon of egg white. And, put it in a cocktail shaker, pour it into a chilled coupe glass. And honestly, of all the drinks that I've experimented with thus far, this has been my favorite one. It also is pretty smooth. There was one lemon drink I had, the gin drink, and maybe it's because I don't drink a lot of gin. Yeah, the Corpse Reviver started to mess me up, man. So anyway, we're going to take a break now, my friends. We will be back on the other side. You know, there's something quietly perfect about a song like April Showers. Doesn't try to dazzle you. It doesn't promise that everything will be easy or fair or even particularly pleasant. It just tells the truth in a way that's gentle enough for us to hear. Sometimes the sky opens up, man. Sometimes things get messy, and sometimes you get caught out in the rain without an umbrella. Now, I will say that living here in New Mexico, we don't get nearly enough rain for this song to feel accurate. But April dust storms just doesn't have the same poetic ring to it. Nobody ever wrote a hopeful standard about dehydration and allergies, but the idea still holds. The older that I get, the more I realize that life doesn't necessarily move in straight lines. It moves in seasons. And some of those seasons are, well, let's just say that they build character, which is a lovely phrase we use when things assertively suck. This song does not deny that. It doesn't pretend that rain isn't real, just quietly reminds us that rain is not the end of the story. After the rain, something grows, and not always in the way that we might expect. Sometimes what grows is patience. Sometimes it's perspective. Sometimes it's just the ability to laugh at something that would have flattened you on your ass 10 years ago. And sometimes, if you're lucky, if you are very, very lucky, what grows is hope. So tonight, wherever you are, whatever season you're in, this one's for you. 1921, written only 9 years after that band played Nearer, My God, to Thee, as Titanic went down. Originally performed by Jolson, here's April Showers. Life is not a highway strewn with flowers. Still it holds a goodly share of bliss. When the sun gives way to April showers. Here's the point you should never miss. Though April showers may come your way, they bring the flowers that bloom in May. So if it's raining, have no regrets. It isn't raining rain, you know, it's raining violets. And when you see clouds upon the hill, you soon will see crowds of daffodils. So keep on looking for a bluebird and listening for his song. Whenever April showers come along, though a wanderer, the sun gone down, darkness comes over me, my rest a stone. Yet in my dreams I'd be nearer, my God, to thee. Nearer, my God, to thee. Nearer to thee. Gentlemen, It has been an honor playing with you this evening. And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, that was good. Just a little, just a soup song. I love singing. When I think about themes, sometimes I do just look. Okay, what's the date? Did anything happen on this date? Is it someone famous's birthday? I miss Stephen Sondheim's birthday, but don't worry about it. I got you, Stephen. Hello, timeless conundrum. Anyway, though, I actually did this particular date, April 14th, moving into April 15th. Literally, I've always sort of enjoyed, from a very young age, I would read my big brother's history books, because history, when you think about it, is one of the greatest dramas ever told. It's a fantastic production. It's the most amazing movie because it's our history and we learn from it. And I did know, it always struck me as very peculiar that this particular date, Lincoln is shot on April 14th, I think probably about 8 o'clock at night. The Titanic hits that iceberg at about 11:40. I know that because I'm sort of a Titanic, fanboy. If it's even, you say such things, but I've always been interested in the story. And then what happens is the initial incident for both of them happens on the 14th. They carry Lincoln across the street, and he lingers in that bed until roughly 7 a.m. on April 15th, and that's when he passes away. And the Titanic hits the iceberg at 11:40 on April 14th and sinks at about 2:20. So I don't know what the mojo is, and on top of everything, tomorrow is tax day, ladies and gentlemen. There is just some weird mojo about April 14th, April 15th. You know what the deal is? But I always, honestly, history does repeat itself. And I think that's why history is important. I will couch my words carefully here. History has a way of repeating itself. And history is important because if we learn why it repeats itself, and then perhaps we can keep it from repeating itself, I don't know if that makes sense or if that's a conversation we should have on the 420 show. We're going to have some very interesting discussions on the 420 show. I promise you that. And again, it'll be a test to see if I can still read the teleprompter. Tonight, okay, man. I think I'm doing good. I'm good. And things do, though, sometimes happen, both good and bad. Even in my own life, I have found sometimes things will cluster and happen at the same time. I remember at one time, I literally lost my job and I lost my agent within the same hour, But then there have been other times. I do tell the story of when I got laid off the first time from Disney. And within an hour of that, I was informed, my agent called and said, that they wanted to see me at Nickelodeon. I don't know why sometimes, not only in history, but in our own lives, things happen. A lot of things happen at the same time. You know what I mean? Sometimes good, sometimes bad. And it's always fascinated me. April 14th through 15th. I'm not only I'm an amateur mixologist, an amateur historian, lots of things interest me. spirituality, religion, philosophy, things like that. And so that's why sometimes I do go on. I go on and on and on. Anyway, welcome back, my friends. What's going on in the chat? I'm just that old man, just talking and talking, going on. History does indeed repeat itself, right? Right? 3 tries. It's like you only have to. Literally, I've seen it in my own life. I did think it was interesting that I don't the show Happy Days, when I was probably 18, 17 years old. This was the late 70s, and the 50s were all the rage, right? And then you flash forward to the 90s, and the 70s are all the rage. We're always looking backwards, and I think now we're actually even the 90s is viewed as in a very nostalgic prism, and it's been interesting seeing these things happen over and over again. I mean, I remember I was my dad. This was again late 70s. I was in high school, and my dad. We will definitely talk about my father more later, probably near Father's Day, because I have a lot to say about my dad. Good things. I love my father a lot. But I did not love him when he made me go work at his bank every summer in high school as a file clerk. I did not like that one bit. Sorry, Dad, I didn't. And again, I don't see it happen again. I started thinking about Dad. Molly's back. Molly. Oh, well, you know what? It'll come to me. These things do happen. These things do happen from time. You see, history repeating itself. I did not want to work at my dad's bank in the summer. I wanted to hang out with my girlfriend. And one of my jobs, one particular summer, and I think it might have been around the summer of 78, maybe the summer of 79. This was when I think there was I don't know what the Saudis called us. There was an oil crisis. And my job at the bank this particular summer, and just get prepared. We never know how things are going to work out here. But it was all based on your license plate. If it ended on an odd number, that was your day you could get gas. If it ended on an even number, that was the day that you were allowed to go get gas. And my job at the bank, what Dad had me doing, was I would for all of the bank employees, I would take their car and I would literally just sit in the gas line all day long, back and forth from there to the bank, waiting in these 2 hour, and sometimes they would run out of gas. So it's interesting and also just slightly horrifying to see that some things have come back around again. Hopefully all will be well. Again, this is not a show for talking about politics. Lots of people do that, and lots of people do it way better than me. I have woof, woof, Molly. See, Molly says, I'm an influencer dog. Hey, Daddy, I'm an influencer dog. That's just Molly's voice. I don't know why. I don't know why she sounds like she's from Texas. But, we got her from the Las Cruces shelter, which is near Texas. So it's just simply Papa. Yeah, Molly sounds like she's from Texas. I don't know why. Now, our little dog, Callis, he talks very, very fast. Very, very fast, like this. Anyway, Molly, bye, Molly. She comes out here. There's a doggy door coming out here, and my wife and I laugh because Molly will come out here at night or during the day, and she's like, "Oh, this is the greatest doghouse ever, man. This is a luxury doghouse. I just come in here." We are not rationing again, not yet. I'm just saying it's something I have lived through before. As far as I know, no one's talking about gas rationing, but I have definitely lived through an oil crisis before. It wasn't a whole lot of fun, but all in all, the late 70s, early 80s, there was enough fun to make up for it. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. That's my story, and I am sticking to it. My nieces and nephews. One of the greatest acts of timing in my life was being in my 20s during the 80s, baby. That was fantastic. That was fun. I had a little, what do they call it? That little, very long little thing, a rat tail. I had a rat tail. Baby. a real rat tail. You know, I didn't. You know, this of course is hair that I buy. But all right, let's continue. Shall we go back to Rapture, my friends? My problem is sometimes I was telling Matt when we were breaking. I love playing the game, but I also really love talking to you guys and just sort of watching the chat board and just sort of yes, there were a whole lot of psychedelics and music fest of the '80s. Everything you ever heard about the '80s is true in a good way. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. All right, we're going back. I'm going in again because I think I was actually making a little bit of progress.
You were.
All right, let's see. I could use some shit. I'll take the Eve pipe. Oh, what is this? Fog? That's not fair.
Boss wiggled out of hell.
Oh, and I only have this, right? I don't have my weapons.
Sure thing, Mr. Fontaine.
So whoever I got to kill, which is probably this Peach guy, I'm guessing, I'm gonna have to kill with brute force. You know what? Is it? Will you hand me is my wrench over there? You know, I feel like I need to have this for luck. Thank you, Matt. Now I am ready. I am worthy. We are doing battle. I have what I need. You know, I gotta tell you, Gavintron for. Oh, I'm sorry. I think I'm being attacked. I was gonna talk, but I think I'm being attacked, and probably best to quit search. Let's hide. I'm gonna hide. Oh, there we go. Some first aid. Oh, it's one of those things, damn it. Oh, there's a lot of guys here, huh?
So this guy leads a gang, and he's not even
I think I might have killed him. Come on, buddy. You want this? Come on, come on. First, where are you? You know what? You, my friend,
The submarine bay was only used by smugglers and thieves.
pissed me
More than
off.
likely, the entrance will be hidden.
But there's still people on the roof too.
Oh, there's still oh, sorry. And what's gonna fall? I'll take the Evite. All right. I think there's one of those robot things coming at me. Ooh, I got you too. Oh, first aid, first aid, first aid.
Right now you're looking at the floor.
All right, here we go. Who is? Oh, it's that thing. But I can't use my. Can't use my powers.
You can.
I can use these powers. I think I might got it. All right. That is enough of that, dude. Something is still coming out. Nearer, my God, to thee. That is a catchy tune, you know? I was surprised as I was rehearsing this at how sort of emotional it got me after all these years. You would think after 100, you know, over 100 years. But it's just such a sad, sad story. And you sort of put yourself in that situation, what would you do? You're with your family, you know. What would I do? Think about it. Okay, I got to put my Melissa and the kids on a. Oh, I have weapons back now.
Yep.
All right, that's handy. I mean, what do you do? I don't know. We were talking earlier about Ben Guggenheim, you know, the millionaire, and not only him, but John Jacob Astor and a lot of the first class men who did stay and went down on the ship. Most of them did, and you know. Again, not to bring us all down, but can you imagine our current crop of billionaires staying on that ship and choosing to drown, giving their place to someone else? Not naming any names, but I think, you know, I don't know if that's how that would go down today. And I think that's also one of the things that is so. Should I upgrade my weapons? Pistol clip sights. Yes, thank you. Absolutely. I will take it. And I will load up. I think I can load up.
No, your clip got so large. It has everything.
Oh, that's great. I like that. And this. Oh, is. What's a ghost? Oh, I think I did it. All right. Atlas is talking to me now. I'm trust Atlas. Atlas is going to show me the way.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Thank you, Mr. Atlas. Tell me what I should do. I want to know what I'm going to do. Oh, cry! You went to John Jacobs Astor's house in Rhode Island. Oh, really? I imagine that would be sort of interesting. I don't know why, and I think that's why I want to do the show. That just after all these years, this story just speaks to us, and I think it's not just the irony of it all, but I think it's this human element where we all go, "Oh my God, what would I do if that had been me?" And I think there actually is. I don't know again because as you guys know, I kind of like musicals. There is a wonderful stage musical called Titanic. Oh yeah, fuck Bruce Ismay, fuck you, rot in hell, Bruce Ismay. That's, I mean, like Bruce Ismay somewhere in the afterlife. Oh, please, can we finally just let it go? I made a bad choice. I'm so sorry, but look, I had this wonderful mustache. He did have a pretty killer mustache. You know, his stash is pretty awesome. Oh, what have we there? That was sort of odd. Nothing there. Nothing there. Nothing there. So I'm just kind of wandering around. I'm not seeing a. Oh, I've been to Neptune's Bounty. I don't want to go there again. Do I?
No, you don't.
No, I've been to Neptune's Bounty. Enough with Neptune's Bounty. Goodbye, Neptune's Bounty. Stop. I don't want to go to Neptune's Bounty. Saving content. All right, well, here we go.
Now you gotta go backwards.
No, I definitely don't want to go back. I want to go to new places. And this is a new place. At the very least, guys, this week we have gotten to a new place. And I don't think I've been in Smuggler's Hideout
No, you
before.
haven't. This is progress.
So how much Fontaine is probably like another 10 levels or something?
Yes.
I don't know. We'll get there, guys. We'll get there. If we can end 2026 with me having defeated Fontaine,
I 100% believe
you think we can do it? You think we can make it happen? All right, I'm excited about it, man. And then we'll do Fallout. Or maybe we'll do something silly like Cars. Some of the other games that I've been in. I think I was in the Rango game as well.
I'm right outside the submarine
All right,
bay.
whatever.
Can't get
Oh,
in.
yes, thank you,
I need
Atlas.
you for that.
What do you need
Valley
me
can't be
for?
more than 100 yards
All right,
away.
I'll help you find your because you know you're a very nice man. There's no way you'd be lying to me or anything, Mr. Atlas. Nothing in there. All right. What are you? Thank you. I'll take that. And that song is totally in my head now. You know that nearer, my God, to thee. There is some historical. Apparently, there is some a question about that because some of the survivors said that the last thing they heard them playing was "Nearer, My God, to Thee." But some other survivors said that they heard he was playing a waltz of the time called "Autumn," which brings it back around. I said there is the stage musical of Titanic, which is really lovely. You know, it's really beautiful musical. I do think, though, I watched the YouTube special about it because the stage was actually on hydraulics. So throughout the second act, the stage slowly, just goes, it gets hard, and there were literally actors, I think, who injured themselves. They had to we got to tone this shit down because these actors are literally breaking bones as the hydraulic set lifted. Be pretty cool though.
Well, there's a little bit of a lull. I was texted to ask you to remind the audience of your
My upcoming tour dates, we will be this week, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. We will be in this week. We will be in this week, this Thursday, Friday through Sunday. We will be in Frisco, Texas, at I believe Anime Dallas. I think it might be called. I'm not certain. And I can go ahead and talk about the upcoming. Next week, I will be in Tampa, Florida. This is the week after this weekend. That's at the Amazing Art Expo, and that'll be in Tampa. And then the week after that, I think I'm in El Paso. And I think the week after that, I will be in New York City.
Are these all announced?
Oh yes, these are all announced.
Good.
These are all definitely announced. These are definitely announced. I'm going to be. So I've got Frisco, Texas. I've got the Kung Fu Panda game. Absolutely. Yes, there was a Rango game. Honestly, I don't even remember. I remember it was a Rango game. That's mainly what I remember. Assassin's Creed 2 I was in, and I think a lot of these in my early part of my career, I was just additional voices, a lot of these games. So it's very hard to actually find me in the games. But I think is it Skyrim? There's one where I get burned alive.
Yeah, you said that was Skyrim.
Skyrim. And I haven't really had the pleasure of voicing any Marvel characters. But I was Mysterio in a Spider-Man game from, no, I don't want to swap gene upgrades at this point. I'm feeling strong. So yeah, a lot of games I don't. El Paso Comic-Con. It is the El Paso. Lauren will know where we're going to be, and Lauren, I've only gone 3 out, so I don't think I've violated any agreements yet. I don't think. This looks like some interesting stuff. What's in here? Uh-oh, okay. What are you? What's shooting at me? You're shooting at me. You know what? How do you like that? All right, baby. That was boom. I took care of that shit. Took care of it. Yeah. Exploded me, why don't you? Have I searched? Nope, I think I searched all this. Ooh, what have we here? Is this a secret place? Scotch. I'll take some scotch. I'll take a shotgun.
All good. All of those have been announced. So.
I'm all good. All those have been announced. Okay. What about the London Comic-Con? I'm just fucking with you. I'm not going to London. Although, if anyone associated with the fan convention in or around London or the United Kingdom, I'm certainly available and would love to attend a convention in the United Kingdom. Many of my Avatar castmates are currently in Australia, and I'm not going to talk about that. Actually, at the end of the day, I was actually, man, I have never been on a plane for that long. I honestly don't know how people do it for 16, 17 hours. My son just got back from Asia. He visited all of the Disney parks. And I think at this point, I think he's been to all of them. I think since he got back he was at Shanghai, he was at Hong Kong, and then he went to Disney Sea and Tokyo Disneyland. Am I a little drunk? Well, come on, man. I'll take the whiskey. This looks like... Where's my arrow? I want my arrow.
Can you press the big button in the center?
This one here?
Yeah. Just want to see what it says at the top. So, it says,
And so that main arrow is sort of showing me where I am right
yeah,
now.
that's just showing where you are right now.
And is that one up there at the top telling me where I need to go?
No, that refers to stairs.
Oh.
So, can you like move around with the joystick?
Oh, I didn't know it did that.
So I think you need to go deeper. Oh no. You do keep going.
I don't want to go to Neptune's Bounty.
Yeah. So you.
So I want to go. I want to go to the right.
Yeah.
Pretty much the right is where I want to go.
Exactly. There you go.
Which is, all right, I'm not going to say anything. I opened myself up for that one. Oh, this looks like something I should have.
So someone was saying that there's a diary in this location that is voiced by Fontaine,
Oh,
and that might have been it.
can I go back in and listen to it?
Yeah, if you hold down X right now, it should make it pop up.
We all come down here. Figured we all be part of Ryan's great
Peach
chain.
Wilkins.
Turns out Ryan's chain is made of gold,
Might be in this.
and ours are the sort with the
But,
big
might be
iron
different.
ball around your ankle. He's up in Fort Frolic
look
banging.
I swear, guys, I
We're down in this dump, Yankee.
again, I have been paid for it. I am credited, but I honestly, every time I have listened to Fontaine,
He says meet him at his
I can do the voice. But
I'll go.
there's
bring
something
couple
a
of
little
guys.
off. You know what I
It's
mean?
not like things could get a lot
I
worse.
think they made it a little lower and they slowed it down. You know, they slowed it down to make it a little creepier. But honestly, I don't know. I honestly don't know if it's me or not. I guess we'll find out. I have, you know, as I said last week, I think the producers of the game think it was me because they keep paying me. So, you know. And who like money? Money is always a good thing, yeah. And also not. When you don't have money, all you worry about is getting it. And when you have money, all you worry about is holding it. I don't know. That was kind of, hello, good evening, Darkblade. That was sort of an Iroh-esque sort of, that sounded like an Iroh piece of wisdom. Money. When you do not have money, you worry about getting some. When you do have money, you worry about holding it. Yeah, it sounded good. But most things Iroh says, you know, you literally can, you know, Iroh, don't eat yellow snow. It sounds wise, you know, coming from Uncle Iroh. Anything in here? I feel like okay, whatever I did, I found the submarine bay.
I think it's time to shake hands and get acquainted.
And I need to keep going to the right?
Right. Now you have the arrow back.
Oh! So can I go down, jump down this?
No, there's a path to your left.
You'll learn
Oh, there we
what
go.
it means to truly be my enemy.
Nope, I'm still down.
Well, you just came out of it.
Oh, so this is where I want to be.
Yes.
Well, I'll always drink that Merlot, baby. Always. Although I really, I like a cab. Melissa likes cabs. I like cabs. I like a Syrah sometimes, you know, something a little. But I don't drink my palate as far as wine. We used to go to wine tasting, which, by the way, you know, when people say they're going wine tasting, what they're really saying is we're going day drinking, which is really a lot of fun, especially if you have a designated driver. That's important. That adds to your merriment of the whole thing. But Melissa used to call me old spit bucket. Because, you know, they have a spit bucket. And, you know, if you've never been wine tasting, you know, there's a bucket where, oh, I hate this swill, where you can just like, oh, this wine sucks. Melissa would always, I am the human spit bucket. Oh, Greg, I don't like this wine. Give it to Greg. Okay, I got it, you know. So I think the first time, I think our kids, we went, they were old enough to go wine tasting with us. And we used to do it on the day after Christmas. Because my brother-in-law lived up on the Central Coast, and lots of beautiful wineries up there. I think our record is we did 10 wineries in one day. And I don't know, I'm just telling you, That's a lot of wineries. It was fun, though. Oh, what have we here? I got over. Interesting.
I just want to say your jumping skill has greatly.
I know the jumping skill. Is seems like some of this should be worth something. Okay, I'll need this.
Job for Ren.
This is a job for my trusty ranch. Well, actually, you know what? What's the cheapest bottle, guy? Our house wine is indeed a boxed wine. But here's the thing: boxed wine gets a bad rap. It actually is better at keeping the wine fresh than the bottles and all that. So, you heard it right here again. I am not a huge wine drinker. I can drink bourbon pretty much all night long without ill effect. But if I drink red wine just to drink red wine, oh man, not a good look for me. I like a glass with dinner. And I like a good dessert wine. All right, I don't know what that did. Did it turn off the lights? It turned off the control panel. What's this? Oh. I can't get in there, eh? You can't see a damn thing in that booth. Give me a tick and I'll get you out of there.
So that was supposed to make that submarine out there at the window in front of me.
And did it?
I think there's people on there. So now Andrew Ryan is fine.
If only your friend
So, Doctor, if only your friend could look up and see it. Maybe you could warn it. Do something. Anything is just stand there and watch him die. Am I gonna die?
No.
just stand there.
I'm gonna die. Slicers. All right. Well, where, bud? Where? Oh, but they can't get me where I am. They can't touch me. So, what the hell? Hey, douchebags. Neener, 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 neener. Hey, look at this. You guys like that? You like that? What do you think of that? Ooh. That's a new thing. So I can hypnotize a Big Daddy with that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That is something I want to definitely remember. That's a good thing to know. What do you got, baby? What do you got? Give me. I'll take it. I got some money, too. Oh, this is not. Okay, I think we might want. This is kind of fun, though. I mean, also a little scary. Just first aid!
Get out if you can. Get out, we'll regroup.
Oh, all right, I killed him. He died in a rather funny way. Oh, this isn't good. I am getting better at the game, though, right? Oh, where are we? Okay. First aid. Which probably is not a good idea. Probably not a good look. I'll go around it. This is nearer, my God, to the is sort of, Wait, weapon! Whoa. Oh, I got him, though. I got him. All right. Again, if you guys had seen me the first... oh, there's somebody after me. Let's do this. Are you up there, motherfucker? Oh, man. That was a pretty good run, though. You know, that was actually kind of fun. It gets very intense. I think after having gotten sort of used to this, I tried playing Fallout 4, and the controls were just a little bit too complicated for me. But I think I was sort of getting used to this whole idea of shooters.
You know, in a way, I think that Fallout
Really? Well, now that I'm just sort of...
parts that are a lot harder, but Fallout has this balance where you pause the game and what body part you want to target.
Hold it!
Also, I'm pretty sure Electrobolt doesn't
I
damage, it
shall
just
lay
stuns.
my vengeance.
That'll do the trick, though.
Yes.
A submachine gun will definitely do the trick. Let's load her up. All right, I got this guy back here. I didn't search him. What we got? I will take that. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. That's the nicest thing that anyone's ever done for me. I sing a lot. Oh, there's a lot of dead bodies here. You know, forget about Christmas. The best way to spread cheer is singing loud for all to hear. I do act. In fact, I did it just last night here in the bar. Melissa had gone to bed, and I sat out here for a little while and just sang a couple of numbers just by myself.
Hey, real quick, if you look behind you, and
Oh, to my left, my left, my left. There, yeah.
there's a lock on that door.
Oh,
There's probably
Moves
something
in
inside.
like an assassin, and then you try
There
to
it is.
sneak out like a thief. You're no CIA spook. Who are you? Why have you come here?
come on.
There's two ways to deal with a mystery. Uncover it, or eliminate it.
Back up. There we go. All right. What do we have here? Tanks or something, which could possibly be of use.
Look at all that stuff on the floor.
Oh,
Jesus Christ!
Okay, this is,
hey,
this is the Fontaine.
hey, oh, this is Fontaine.
Yeah.
So we can hear him.
Yeah.
Can I hear him?
I don't know if you have game audio.
Yeah, I don't have the game audio on. So difficult. All right, I need to
But you
fix.
could play it for them, and then they could tell you. It sounds
All right, I'll play. All right, I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna play it for you
Hold down
guys.
X.
Frank Fontaine. All right, guys, listen to this, and tell me if you think it sounds like me. Here we go. I can't hear it.
Just like all those chumps they scraped out of them.
Spent the morning jawing with that Kraut scientist. She's gonna make me. I don't know, man.
Scratch.
You just need some supplies to get the ball rolling, and a friend to watch your back. I don't know, guys. What do you guys think? While I'm here, I might as well, get some shit. Load up. Oh, I will take pistol rounds. You betcha. It seems like those should be good for something, But, well. I'm just so proud of myself. I've gotten so much better at the game. Literally, it's and it's fun. I actually am enjoying myself. When I first started doing it, it's like, oh guys, I'm so sorry you're watching this guy, and I have no idea what I'm doing.
I'm sure everybody who's watched since the very beginning knows, like, you've gotten a lot better.
Ooh, and I'm getting stuff. Lots of dead splicers. I think, did I kill you? I think I might have. Maybe not. Oh, I should stand up. Boom. Well, that's better. Anything here? Anything useful? You guys are in. I don't want to tease anything, but you guys are in for a real treat tonight. There is an unannounced surprise, which I think everyone will enjoy. Trash can. What we got? Take it. I'll take it.
Never use enough first aid kits.
Have I been to Arcadia?
Nope. That's another level down.
Ironically, I did.
Levels today.
When our kids were little, ironically, we did live in Arcadia, California. It was a cool. It wasn't a sitcom. It was a show though. It was called Joan of Arcadia. I remember I used to watch it with my daughter Sydney. We liked it. Anybody remember Joan of Arcadia? Or is that just me? I definitely remembered it was a good show, and it starred Amber Tamblyn. And I would know this because I am a musical theater nut. Amber Tamblyn is the daughter of Russ Tamblyn, who in the original West Side Story movie, not the Spielberg remake, but the original, Russ Tamblyn played Riff. You know, if you know West Side Story. So, you know, a fun musical fact.
I came to this place to build the impossible.
Nothing
You
there.
came
We got a
to
nerve.
rob what you could never build. A hum gaping at the gates
What are
of
you?
Rome.
Always, I'll take you. I'll take you. Anything else? Anything else? I'm singing in the rain, just singing in the rain. What a glorious feeling. I'm happy again.
That's where you came.
I'm bashing at things with my trusty wrench. All right, I can't. I'm just getting dangerously close to having to improvise lyrics. I do not have the nimble brain to do such things. Take that, though. All right. So, all right. You that way? I mean,
I think you have to jump over those crates.
oh, okay.
Yeah, I think you're in a hallway.
Oh, jumping I can do.
Yeah. Maybe go to the right.
There
There you go.
we go. Thanks, man. Ooh, and I've got more stuff. That's cool. I honestly am learning to love this game. We were originally thinking that once I started going out on the road every week, that maybe we might do the shows and just do, mainly just play the games and not have all the songs and the monologues and such. But I think if I use my air travel time wisely and my hotel time wisely, I think we can still do it, and I can still work on the scripts and figure out what the songs are going to be. Anyway, that is the intention. If I get really tired and everything starts to suck, then I'll probably just play the game for 2 hours. But I know me, that's not what I'm going to do. Tea Garden. Well, it seems like this would be the place for me. Oh, there we go. All right, I am now in the Tea Garden. Oh my. Oh, well, this is kind of pretty. What are you? You're glowing.
I mean,
All right, we'll go to 45.
okay.
You know, I get in here and I start having a fun time, which is cool because our first show we did, I was, very nervous. I'm not a very good game player. I'm not very good at improvisation.
You keep saying that. I think you're pretty good at improv.
I can talk a lot.
Well, that's
I can talk. Yeah. Honestly, I can tell you something, and this is true. The secret of life. And I do not always follow this advice. I absolutely do not. People that know me, but yes, and isn't really just a good rule of thumb for improvisation. It's actually a pretty good rule of thumb for life. Yes, and I would have been that terrible, improviser. Somebody's up there going, okay, look, hi. So how do you feel that now here we are on Mars? And I would be that guy. We're not on Mars. What are you talking about? We're in Brooklyn.
Oh, Jesus,
Oh.
God, somebody help!
What do I have that might be useful? Pistol. Oh, do I have a shotgun? Can I load the shotgun? Oh, yes. The shotgun is deadly. I like the shotgun. Be very, very quiet. I'm hunting spices. All right, I made myself laugh. I'm hunting spices. there's something over here. We'll take that. I can see the why Twitch channels, other Twitch channels. I can see the fun of just sitting and playing. I used to watch Melissa play Super Mario. She beat Super Mario. Melissa and I, believe it or not, used to play the E.T. game. I'm serious. We would play E.T. The game. I think it was such a terrible game that they ended up taking all the copies and burying them somewhere. There was also another really great.
I think they did that here.
I think they did. I think they buried it in New Mexico. Yeah. There was a great, really old games that Melissa and I loved, and Melissa was always way better at games than me. One of them was Pitfall Harry, and another one was the Journey game, which was, it was just, compared to this, it was like a couple of little pixelated guys going around like this with a terrible version of, Don't Stop Believing playing, MIDI file. But when you had never seen anything like that before, it's pretty cool. I always talk about seeing Star Wars in 1977. And now we've become so used to these amazing special effects. But man, in 1977, high school kids sitting in the audience, when that cruiser, that Imperial destroyer, flies over your head at the beginning, man, literally there were audible gasps in the cinema where I saw it. We will definitely have some Star Wars shows, and we'll have some Star Trek shows. A lot of people, it's either or. I'm happy with both. And I think on this note, anything else I should get? Anybody else I should kill? Well,
No, I think this is a great.
we'll end with that. Though this seems like something, right? It's glowing. That, seeing Ghost pick up. I got a new diary. All right, my friends, my nieces and nephews, I will see you on the other side. It is once again time, my nieces and nephews, for us to go looking for the light. Tonight, light emanates from a man who understood darkness better than most. In 1838, long before a most uncivil war and the awful weight of his presidency, Lincoln said, "If destruction be our lot, we must ourselves be its author and finisher." Now, you forget about my bad Mr. Lincoln impression, but what strikes me about that quote is how clear-eyed it is, It's no illusions or comforting fictions, just simple truth. What happens to us is, in no small part, up to us. Now, that idea was not theoretical anymore by 1861. The country was tearing itself apart. Brother against brother, state against state, city against country. And if we're being honest, there are moments today that do not feel entirely unfamiliar. Different circumstances, yes, but the same uneasy question lingers in the air. Are we going to be able to hold this thing together or not? Now, Lincoln didn't pretend that it would be easy. He didn't promise quick answers or painless solutions. No, he offered something quieter and far more demanding. Responsibility. The belief that our fate is not written in stone. It's written in choices and in actions. Even 4 years of war, even after his own death, the light did not go out. His nation, his union, endured. Not perfectly or cleanly, but its light did keep burning. And it still does. But here's the part that we rarely say out loud. Light doesn't necessarily take care of itself. Never has. It has to be tended, protected, and fed. And yes, sometimes defended. Not just by leaders or our heroes, but by ordinary people making ordinary choices. If you're looking for the light, folks, it's still here. It's in the idea that this thing, this goddamn thing, this imperfect, frustrating, extraordinarily fucking human experiment still matters. What happens next isn't inevitable. It's up to us. Now, if you're new here, I should let you guys know that every week we do something a little bit unusual. In a moment, I'm going to ask all of us, myself included, just to sit in silence for 30 seconds. Now, in the grand scheme of things, that's nothing, and yet somehow it can feel like forever. We don't really do silence. We fill it, we dodge it, we check our phones. You see, silence makes us honest, and honesty makes us uncomfortable. I want to give silence a purpose. Now, we've been talking about a night, April 14th, when absolute certainty gave way to something else entirely. You think about it, a theater box where a weary leader finally gives himself permission to rest. A great ship where people believed that the future had arrived as the world changed. And yet, in both places, something else happened. As the water rose and death stepped aboard the RMS Titanic, people made choices. They didn't all run. Some stayed, some helped. Some gave up their place in a lifeboat so somebody else might survive. And through it all, a band, that glorious band, they played on. Not because it would save them, it did not, but because it fucking mattered, because survival is insufficient. Even at the end, there's still this need that we have for beauty and comfort and something human in the face of what's inevitable. That kind of courage doesn't make headlines, but it's there. It's there, all right. It's always there. Like Mr. Lincoln. Mr. Lincoln, standing on the edge of unimaginable tragedy and offering something just as powerful and every bit as fragile. He said, and I love this quote, and it's so appropriate in 2026. We are not enemies, but friends. We must not be enemies. Not a strategy, not a victory speech, just a simple reminder that even in our worst moments, we belong to each other. That was true in Lincoln's time, and it remains true in our own graceless age. We belong to each other. Now, I know this seems like a lot for a Tuesday night. You probably came in here for a drink, a song, to watch an old man fumble his way through a video game. Check, check, and check. But before we go, I'd like to borrow a line from a very different story about a very different but oddly familiar world, a world groaning under the boot of an oppressive system and unending conflict. In the darkest times, hope is something you give yourself. That is the meaning of inner strength. Hope isn't something you wait for. It's something you give to yourself and to others. And that's what they did on that doomed ship, and that's what Lincoln did. They gave each other something to hold on to when there wasn't much left to hold on to. So here's what I would like us to do now. For the next 30 seconds, no music, no talking, no chatting, just silence. I want you to think about whatever it is you're carrying right now tonight, that thing that feels heavy or uncertain, that thing that maybe you don't know quite what to do with. Consider this, my nieces and nephews. Consider this. What would the world look like if we refused to see each other as enemies? What would it look like to be a light for somebody else? So, 30 seconds, let us sit together and just be. Here we go. Thank you for that. It's a strange thing, isn't it? Sharing silence with people you can't see. But somehow it doesn't feel empty. It feels connected. Maybe that's the point. Everything is not going to get fixed. Sometimes the ship is sinking and the cannons are firing and there is not one fucking thing you can do about it. And that's when we remember who we are. We remember that we're not alone. The light is still shining if we're willing to look for it, if we're willing to be it. Let's sing our way out. Come on. Did you guys seriously think I would pass up an opportunity like this? Celine, if you're watching, please stop watching. I'm going to sing the whole fucking thing. So, strap in, kids. Every night in my dreams, I see you, I feel you. That is how I know you. Go on. Across the distance and spaces between us, you have come to show. You go on. Near, far, wherever you are, I believe that the heart does go on. Once more, you open the door, and you're here in my heart, and my heart will go on and on. sad bridge. Love can touch us one time and last for a lifetime and never let go till we're gone. Love was when I loved you, one true time I'd hold to in my life will always go on. Near, far, wherever you are, I believe that the heart does go on. Once more you open the door and you're here in my heart, and my heart will go on and on. Now this is a sad song. Sometimes it's a sad life. So in memory of 1,500 souls aboard a doomed ship and one murdered leader who dreamed of malice toward none and charity for all. You're here, there's nothing I fear, and I know that my heart will go on. We'll stay forever this way. You are safe in my heart, and my heart will go on and on. Not your usual Twitch channel. Anyway, my friends, my nieces and nephews, that is our show. Give us a follow, a like, a share, piles of cash. Cash is always good. All of those things help keep the lights on and the tea flowing freely. So tell a friend and bring them in next time. There's always room at the table. And speaking of tables, once again, stop by my table at Anime Dallas in Frisco, Texas this weekend, April 17th through April 19th. Come say hello to a fat old man. Now, next week, we will lean in a very different direction. Tuesday, April 21st, our 420 show, because, of course. And let's just say that things may get a bit elevated. Same time, same place. Until then, my dear friends, be well, be happy, be kind. Good night.